Okay, greetings. Another live check-in. Hope you're doing well out there. It's M0YKS. Just getting settled in. Hopefully might work a satellite and we'll see what's going on. Got AO92 coming up. And we're just going to see what's happening with a bit of luck. So as usual, I'm just going to get myself settled in. And see if we can get this bird in the old bag there. So yeah, I hope you're doing well out there. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to be messing about. I don't know what I'm going to be doing yet. Just getting settled in. Scroll down a little bit on that one. So yeah, just got to paste a quick link to the Facebook group that I'm in. I'm in the ham radio operator live stream group on Facebook, and there's a lot of guys on there that like to put videos up basically. So today we had a great video from Gibraltar, from Zulu Bravo. I forgot what it's called off the top of my head. I'll have a look in a minute. Try to multitask here, of course. And basically, let's have a look. I'll tell you what I'm talking about. That's that one. So yeah. Where are we? Sounds like the bird's coming in range. I'll work this and I'll carry on chatting. So yeah, it was ZB2JK on the Rock of Gibraltar earlier, and he was running a great video, and they were using a camping chair as an antenna. I'll tell you more about it in a minute. Right now, see if we can work this satellite. So I'm going to be using the software, which you can't see, it's on the screen. It's a bit of AMSAT software, gives me the frequency. So yeah, I've got to do a little bit of concentrating. So 170 degrees on the antenna, 21 degrees elevation. I'm just going to bring the antenna up. That's better. So 25 degrees. Uplink frequency. Uplink is 145,883. Receive frequency 435340. And it's Alpha Oscar 92. Mexico 0, Yankee Kilo Sierra. So we're straight in there. The nearer it gets, the faster you've got to change frequency for the Doppler. Mexico 0, Yankee Kilo Sierra, Italy Oscar 93 Charlie uniform. Yeah, I missed the call. Just give me the call again. It's Mike 0, Yankee Kilo Sierra in Italy Oscar 93 Charlie uniform. You're 5x9. Just need the call. Over. Yeah, Roger, got that loud and clear. Golf 0 Alpha Bravo India. Many thanks. 5x9. 73. Yeah, great signal. So let's move my antenna. Elevation's up to 80 degrees, the satellite's almost overhead. So I've got to work fast now, but I'm getting auto controller for this. Yeah, we're getting a 5.9 signal there. So the link now has changed. Yeah, I'm getting in there great. Mike 0, Yankee Kilo Sierra, IO93 Charlie Uniform listening. Mexico 0, Yankee Kilo Sierra. Mexico 0, Yankee Kilo Sierra. So we can get a bit more, put squelch on a little bit, more pleasant. So we're at 340 degrees on the azimuth, 30 degrees elevation. Might have lost it a little bit, there we are. So yeah, he's on there. I don't really want to spoil his fun. As you can see, really strong signal. I'm still getting into the sat, so if I hear another station all working, Mexico 0, Yankee Kilo Sierra, listening. Golf Whiskey 4 Victor X-Ray Echo 5x9 India Oscar 93 Charlie Uniform, over. Yeah, QSL, beautiful copy, thank you, 73. Yeah, great stuff, so satellite's working very well. I always get excited, I can't help it, sorry. So elevation's dropping fast, so we'll see if we can get a bit more. So yeah, the footprint's just about out of range, so that was pretty good going. That's the satellite business. Alpha Oscar 92, an FM satellite, which, as you could see, quite easy to get into. Obviously I've got a proper antenna system set up, which is the dual antenna system, and I'm only putting out low power there, probably about 20 watts, and that's the FD847. So how it works is we've got a receive frequency, which is the 145 downlink frequency. This is about 878, that's where it's ended up, we can still hear it. And then we've got a transmitting frequency, which is this one here, 435 360 at the minute. Started off further down, and as the satellite came closer I had to change the uplink frequency because of what we call the Doppler shift, which is the speed of the sat, because they're travelling about 15,000 miles an hour. So yeah, it's good fun. And I did alter the actual transmission and reception frequency. There is a button on this radio, a tracking button, which I didn't actually use, I should do. And I'm just getting my jumper on a little bit cooling down a little bit. And basically, evening's setting in, get myself comfy. Hopefully you can understand what I'm saying with my Yorkshire lingo. And yeah, you can use a lot of automatic features. That's better. So yeah, sorry about that. It was warm when I started, but I can feel the temperature dropping. It's what time is it? Just coming up to 5 minutes to 11 in the evening, and it's M0YKS with a weekly check-in. So I'm just going to check and see if any of you guys are sending in a chat, because obviously I was concentrating on what we're doing there. So I can see Spark is in there. So good evening to you, and good evening to the Grim Biker. Notice you're in there as well. The screen's going crazy, probably because I've dropped the mic on it, but I'll explain that. Yeah, good stuff. So, yeah, pretty close to you, G0ABI, I'm reading that one, fair enough, in the same locator square. Well, I'm in IO93 Charlie uniform, which is obviously a bit further up, and obviously you're down there, so hopefully we'll get you, yeah. Good night to you, Barnaba Jones, have a good sleep, my friend. I'll try get on a bit earlier next week. I did plan to come on earlier this week, but I ended up getting distracted messing around doing something else, so I will make an effort and start these streams a little bit earlier, and then a few of you guys that are obviously working and having to go to bed might be able to get in on some of the action. So what have I been up to? Well, been playing plenty of radio, obviously messing around with satellites, doing lots of HF, just check the log out, plenty of DX this week. It's been pretty good. I think probably Friday was a good day. I went mobile, hit the east coast, took the family to the seaside, and heard plenty of stations. You probably saw the video where we sort of worked, well, it didn't work, but we had Singapore and Indonesia, and yeah, I've just seen that message flash up saying that the satellite was strong. Your end, yeah, even at UK. Thanks for joining us. I'm just going to make sure I don't miss any of these messages, because sometimes you can miss one. So hopefully that's going to get on coming through all messages. So I'll start playing around. So I've got the 20-metre band on now. Yeah, the rundown. So yeah, we've worked a few stations. We've worked Gibraltar, obviously, Brazil yesterday, quite a few Europeans, Netherlands and stuff like that. And then early on in the week, we've done quite a few European stations. So yeah, that's about it really. Not too much DX, just Montserrat. When we got into Frankie, VP2 M&I over there in Montserrat, and looking at this stateside, the odd stateside, and then obviously my buddy Fred, managed to get Fred with his new call sign, Alpha Charlie 3 Lima Zulu, so that was a good one to get in the log. So yeah, hope everyone's doing well. Let's turn the HF radio on. I'll have a quick look and see whether or not there's any more satellites likely to come past in the very near future. This software that I'm using, amsat.org, it's a pretty good quick way of looking what's going on, and according to this, the birds that I've got it set on, let's have a look, we'll go for SSB and FM, and we've got AO92 coming back up again in about an hour and 20 minutes. Other than that, SO50 will be passing by, 42 degrees elevation in 28 minutes, and AO91, yeah, 21 degrees, that's in about an hour, so there's a couple in there. So you never know, we might get another opportunity if I'm still broadcasting live. So in the meantime, I'm just going to check out a 20-metre band. Evening to you, Pat, over there, W1DUK in Oregon. Hope you're well. Hope you've had a good weekend. It's been a pretty nice, sunny few days with a few showers in between. Mixed bunch of weather here on the Pennines, but we're not complaining. And yeah, your last day of vacation. Well, I've got another week left, so officially got another week, but we have actually got a few tightened restrictions in this local area, Bradford. I'm on the outskirts, but the restrictions still apply. Obviously we're not out of the woods yet, and clamped down a little bit, so the new rules are we aren't allowed to visit friends, we can't go to anybody's garden and all that kind of affair, so I'm going to be doing more radio. So what's basically going to be happening is I've got a week left of vacation, and then I've had an email already telling me I'll probably be working from home the week after, so nothing's changing as yet from the pandemic point of view. So I hope you're all feeling safe and healthy out there, and this is keeping me indoors, obviously, out of trouble. So tonight I might run a little bit of QRP tonight, try something different. That sounds a bit grim as the audio. So yeah, sunny and hot here in Oregon, that's what we like to hear. Good stuff. Well, it's been pretty, well, Friday was amazing. We had 30 degrees temperatures, today's been about 19, something like that, reasonable, comfortable. So yeah, that guy's got an audio problem. I heard a few statesides a little bit earlier. But yeah, maybe nothing at the minute. Hopefully you get the radio. I'll just move the camera slightly, get a better view for you. So, quiet. It were quite busy probably 30 minutes ago. So maybe the band's died off, perhaps it'll come back a little bit. I'm going to try 80 metres again anyway. And I think I'll just turn the amplifier off actually. And put it on standby. Put my 80 metre appropriate antenna on. Do a bit of attenuating and we'll see who's on here. So yeah, the band sounds to be in particular nice shape. I'll turn it down a little bit so you can hear what I'm saying, and then once I start I'll turn it back up. So I wonder if you got onto the Hilltops Katie. Katie's one of the ham radio live stream operator members on Facebook, and she put a message saying she were heading to the hills with her handheld. So I wonder whether that materialised and if you heard plenty of decent signals. So yeah, 80 metres is in great shape, guys and girls. Oh yeah, so quite a lot of G stations on 80 tonight. Just trying to play frequency and we'll put a few shout outs. So I'll put it on 162, but I'm not sure whether or not it's going to be any good. Yeah, when things get back to normal, you need to get yourself over here, Pat, over to the UK and check out the M0YKS shack and cabin. You'll be more than welcome, my friend. So yeah, just looking at the message there. Don't know when that's going to be, unfortunately, seeing as it's there's no light at the minute, but it won't be long, trust me. It's in the near future. So let's try this frequency. We're on 3.762 on 80 metres. I'm just going to see whether or not it's clear. Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency occupied? Is the frequency in use? This is Mike 0 Yankee Kilo Sierra asking. Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency occupied? Mike 0 Yankee Kilo Sierra. So I'm going to run on give watts tonight, see how we get on with that. Nothing good. This is Mike 0 Yankee Kilo Sierra, CQ on 80. Hello CQ, calling CQ 80 metres from Mike 0 Yankee Kilo Sierra. Turn the processor off. CQ80, hello 80, calling CQ 80 metres. Hello CQ from Mexico 0 Yankee Kilo Sierra. Mike 0 Yankee Kilo Sierra, CQ 80 metres. So you can hear me in Herefordshire, Steve. G0LQP, thanks for that report. CQ80, hello 80, calling CQ80 from Mike 0 Yankee Kilo Sierra. M0YKS, CQ180 and listening. Oh, got a brew here, forgot about that. Good old brew. CQ80, CQ 80 metre band, calling CQ, hello CQ. Mike 0 Yankee Kilo Sierra. M0YKS, listening 80. CQ80, hello CQ, calling CQ 80 metres. Mike 0 Yankee Kilo Sierra. M0YKS, CQ80 and standing by. CQ80, CQ on 80 meters from Mike 0 Yankee Kilo Sierra. M0YKS, CQ 80 meters, listening by. Yeah, thanks very much. Mike 0 Golf Hotel Mike. Very good evening to you, Graham, and thanks for coming back to the call. My name is Simon, Sierra India Mike Oscar November, and you're a nice signal into a place called Baildon, which is 2 miles north of Bradford. Mike 0 Golf Hotel Mike 0 Yankee Kilo Sierra.
QSL Simon, very good evening to you, 5 and 9. As you know, operator Graham, Golf Radio Alpha, Hotel Alpha Mike, and the QTH is Golfton, Golf Alpha Lima, Sierra Tango Oscar November, located about 19 miles south of the city of Glasgow, and due east of the town of Kilmarnock. County of Ayrshire, Simon, over.
Yeah, QSL, very nice indeed. I know quite well. I spend a lot of time usually around this time of year holidaying around your part of the world, and I have done for the last 10 or 15 years. So it's the first time I've not been up, obviously, due to the local lockdown and stuff. But yeah, great copy, Graham. You're coming through very nice indeed. I'm only running 100 watts, and it's a homemade fan dipole for 40 and 80 up about 30 feet with a FT1000 Mark V field. But you're coming through great. From Ayrshire to Yorkshire, MM0 GHM M0YKS.
Mike 0 Golf Hotel Mike, we start the Mike 0 Yankee Kilo Sierra, no problem at all, Simon, yes, Simon, sign up here.
Yeah, plus 15. Actually, 25.
I've been working right through QTH Railway, so been busy all the way through there. But yeah, all for 2 weeks, just talking about the QTH. The first week and second week we're going up to Perthshire just to get away from the QTH for a wee while. So yeah, looking forward to that one, Simon.
Yeah, Roger, very nice. Well, it's a nice part of the world. I've popped in there as well on my way up to Inverness, and a lovely park, especially in Perth, next to the river. So yeah, well, I hope you have a lovely time up there, Graham. I've just had a quick 1 or 2 day trips out with the family. And made the most of doing that really. Nothing too amazing, but we did enjoy it Friday. I managed to get to the east coast, down to Spurn Point, which is the little bit which sticks out near the Humber Estuary. It was particularly good for playing radio, so and it was obviously cracking weather. So I hope you get some decent weather on your trip out. And yeah, good to catch you on there. I wonder what antenna system you're running there, Graham. MM0 GHM M0YKS. I was actually just watching a bit on the television or something some point. Some of the erosion further north, and now the erosion's moving down there to some point, making it a bit bigger, so steadily go. That's true.
All good to get out amongst
coastal erosion.
With the radio there, that's good stuff. Working condition this side there, is a Yaesu Fox Tango 450 Delta. Putting 100 watts into an 80 metre dipole, which is only about 5 metres above the ground. The south end of the antenna does a 90-degree turn to keep it in the garden, and the north end, the last 3 metres or so, are 30 degrees off the rest of the element. So, should it really work, you should be electrically short with like this seems to work okay.
Yeah, well, it's surprising what works. Earlier on this evening, I was up on 20 metres and I was talking to a chap in Gibraltar, and he was live streaming his transmission, and he'd used a deck chair on a pole, and he'd put a balun on the deck chair, and he was working stations all across Europe on 20 metres using a deck chair there on the top of the Rock of Gibraltar there. Go ahead. And that's a true thing.
Just a bit of wire and stuff like that, you know. I was actually up in the hill this morning. Got up
there you go, Pat.
And headed up onto the hills there, was testing the portable equipment for next week. So we had the 80 metre dipole. Was just what I use portable is just the two core speaker wire measured to 11-inch split, and just that was a set of dipole etc. And you're quite surprised that the core coverage of 3.5 to 3.8 So we certainly worked on all we need to do, so I think we'll go over that one.
Yeah, QSL, Graham. It's working well anyway. Your signal's good, and I know what you're saying with the speaker wire. It does work very good. It's I think it's a perfect match. The resistance in the cable. It's the same as what they use for the cobweb antennas. I noticed that they have the twin lead on them, and very little noise level. So maybe that's the secret. But yeah, it's doing a good job. I've just got some electrical wire up, some 2.5mm multi-strand up from this particular dipole, and it's insulated. I bought some new wire actually to crack on and replace it, but it's working okay as it is, so kind of waiting for the next big storm to hit, and then once it damages it, I'll crack on with some fresh wire, but that might not be for a while, fingers crossed. So I've got it up okay, and it'll stay as it is, but I have got some brand new reels which I picked up from a local supplier, well, not local, but certainly reasonably priced, so I've got them on standby ready to make a brand new one, but we'll wait until the time is necessary. But yeah, lovely to catch you in there, Graham, and it's nice for you to give me a shout. I'll see if there's anybody else about, if you don't mind, and I'm actually putting a bit of a live stream out on YouTube, so if you look me up on QRZ, you'll be able to follow the link, and if you see it, you can see how well you're coming through to the shack at my end. So good to catch you, and look forward to meeting you again soon. Have a lovely holiday in Ayrshire. So back to you for our final MM0GHM M0YKS. Back to you, Graham, and your 5x9 plus 15.
Okay, yourself, Simon, you're 5 9 here, so I'll do a cracking job. Yeah, I'll look on YouTube there. I've actually got you up in the QRZ on the HS.
It's stronger actually.
The one in the VHS side of the shack actually has a better connection. It goes a bit faster than this one. So I'll look at that one there. But yeah, we'll look for the half-size V5RV for the rest of the bands on HS at the moment. And we've got a VHF UHF station at 991. 3 on both 6 and 4 there. So we got that.
Sounds alright, doesn't it? I like his picture, he's got a train up there.
And we'll see you again soon. Mike 0 Golf Hotel Mike, wishing Mike 0 Yankee Kilo Sierra. Best 73 and bye-bye tonight.
Yeah, QSL, Graham, I'm just looking at the picture of the train. Very nice indeed. And I like it. Yeah, it looks cool. Well, you drive those trains safely, my friend, and obviously enjoy the holiday, like I said earlier. And thanks for the shout. It's been a real pleasure. You're working really well down there into Baildon, near Bradford in West Yorkshire. Mike 0 Golf Hotel Mike, and Mike 0 Yankee Kilo Sierra. Best 73. Stay safe and healthy. Catch you later. Bye-bye. Yeah, evening to Newcastle, M7 Alpha, Japan Alpha. Hope you're doing well up there, my friend. Anybody else by the frequency? This is Mike 0, Yankee Kilo Sierra, listening by.
Echo India 3, India Oscar.
Echo India 3, India Oscar. Another good signal. Nice to hear you. Thanks very much indeed. I've got you on QRZ, and I believe the name's Dave. My name is Simon, Sierra India Mike Oscar November, and the location is a few miles north of Bradford, just on the side of a hill called Baildon, just on the edge of the moors. EI3IO, this is M0YKS. I'll give you a report on the next one.
Yeah, okay.
It's a good signal.
M0YKS. EI3,
30 dB over. Noise. Sounds like Doctor Who's bought his TARDIS round.
And my name is Dave, Delta Alpha Victor Echo. So hope you're copying okay. I'm testing out a new antenna configuration on 80 meters, so I'll be
We're very good, Dave.
in the report. M0YKS, CI3IO.
Yeah, no problem whatsoever, Dave. I had a bit of a noise split halfway through the transmission, which was just one of those freaky noises you get, which sometimes roll through the band. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. So that caused me a little difficulty for a couple of seconds. But once that passed and went further up, you're absolutely cracking through with a 25 dB signal, solid, and very nice sounding audio. So it's working extremely well. And I'm only running 100 watts tonight. I have got an amplifier, but I just thought I'd give. I think the band conditions are really good, so I thought I'd switch it off and try a bit of barefoot, as it were. So that's the setup this side, and it's a homemade fan dipole for 40 and 80. But you're coming through super with a great signal, Dave. EI3IO from M0YKS.
Yeah, okay, Simon, M0YKS, EI3IO. Yeah, very good. Well, it sounds, you're
Sounding good, isn't it?
very good as well. I'm using a very old ST1000 as the transceiver here, and it's running, I've got it turned up to its 200 watt maximum, so
Fair enough.
A bit of 3 dB over here, which isn't very much.
Yeah. I could put my amp on, but
So that's the
well, it's on, but I'd have to tune
the
it.
antenna I'm using is basically a half sloper fed at the top of my tower here. But I have two sloping elements. One resonates at 3.5.
Wow, I'm looking at your comment there, Sparky, Clark.
And seems to give me a good match across the band.
I wish I had a missus like that.
Well,
I'm only kidding, I've got a good one.
That's the new edition anyway. So thanks for that report, that's really useful. M0YKS, back to you, Simon, EI3IO.
Well, I'm not doing a thing at the moment, Dave. It's working very well. And if you want to check out the quality of the signal, I'm recording it and broadcasting it live on YouTube. So if you check out my profile on QRZ, you can have a quick listen to your signal strength and clarity of audio. It's superb. I mean, I'm getting pretty good copies tonight. I've only just come on the band, but I'd definitely say you're the nicest copy I've had so far. So everything's working 100% fantastic from over in, I think you're in Dublin. And yeah, it's a super copy indeed. I'm running a similar transceiver. It's the FT1000 Mark V field, so very similar. Apart from it's the 100 watt version rather than the 200 watt version. I have got an amplifier, a couple of ceramic valves, and I've got a couple of other radios in the shack as well. I was just working the satellites shortly before I spoke on 80 meters. I just a quick play up on that band on the FT847 and worked a couple of stations. I'm not sure if one of them were an Irish station or they're both English stations, but you generally there is one or two Irish stations that operate on the satellites, which I speak to quite regularly. But we've got a very good path in your direction, and we can actually get across the Irish Sea on 2 meters SSB when the conditions are nice. But yeah, you're doing great, fantastic, lovely to get you in the log, and very clear and very nice audio to listen to from Mike 0 Yankee Kilo Sierra.
Okay, Simon, from the EI3IO. Well, that's excellent. I've kind of been forced into having a good clear out almost and tidy up at the shack.
Sounding great.
Where there's just too many wires hanging down at the back, and it's a nightmare trying to sort it all out. So this FT1000 was retired for some time.
He's really cracking through now. Check his signal out.
I guess for at least 5 years. I normally use an aircraft K3.
So it's up to 30 dB. But I like to have an attenuation on it. It sounds nicer.
The connecting cable providing the band information seems to have suffered damage, probably with me and my big boots trying to get behind the shelf where all the equipment is and threading on a few cables in doing it. Anyway, couldn't get it going earlier, so I pressed the ST1000 into service again.
Fair enough.
I run up to all bands from 160 to 2 meters here, on and off, including our new bands in Ireland at 8 meters and 5 meters.
Interesting.
So we're all the way through. There's a lot. There's too much kit in front of me, and I can't.
I know that feeling. Well, you can never have enough kit, can you?
I've had two other shacks as well, and I get totally muddled between the K3 and the Icon 7300, which I have in a shack in Portugal. Anyway, back to you there, Simon. Your setup seems to be working quite well, and no problems this end. Back to you, M0YKS EI3IO.
Yeah, EI3IO M0YKS. Well, you come right up there to 30 dB, 25 to 30 dB over the S9, so really strong signal. So it's working extremely well. Is that FT1000? And yeah, I know what you're saying about the kit and stuff. I'm kind of a little bit like that myself, but you can never get enough kit, as the saying goes. But I've got a couple of shacks also. I've got another shack, and I do a bit of mobile operation as well. So I suppose you could call that a shack in itself. But yeah, all received on the L-Craft. Obviously, it would be a little bit tricky to work on a small board like that. I did not recently, a couple of years, I did a little repair job to the FT857, put a new front screen in. I've fitted rotary encoders and stuff to various radios, but the limit kind of gets halted at that. The components are a little bit too small, and the eyesight's not quite as good as what it used to be there. But yeah, I had my hands in the amplifier recently, and I had a quick repair of that when I run a little bit too much current. And damaged the resistor on the anode side of it to the amplifier, so I sorted that out, which wasn't too bad. But other than that, not really attempt anything too technical. Just leave it to the experts. And if it's big and can be looked at, that's a different story. But when it gets delicate and small like that, it's too. I've got an 817 which needs a new power amplifier output putting in. It's only putting out milliwatts, but that's not the kind of job I fancy taking on. So I'm going to have to send that one off. But yeah, good stuff on everything. Interesting to hear about the bands, the new bands you can operate on, and sounds good, some good fun. I've not heard of that as yet, so hopefully that's going okay. I mainly operate on 20 meters. I do a lot of work on 20. I like that band. That's my favourite band. And I've been down on 80 quite a lot since the country's been a bit crazy. So I didn't used to spend so much time on 80, but on a night I've changed my ways a bit and had a bit of a play and met a lot of good operators and had some fun. So it's quite nice. But yeah, I generally operate 80, 40, and then the rest of the HF bands. A bit of 2 meters and then satellite bands. So I don't particularly go on 160. I've not got an antenna. I can listen, but nothing that will transmit down there as such. And I don't go on 4 meters. I've not got an antenna for that. I can do it on the radio, but no antenna wise. And I don't go on 6 either particularly much. I've been on it before, but I just kind of stick to them sort of bands which I mentioned. But yeah, good to get you, and very nice copy indeed. Echo India 3, India Oscar from Mike 0 Yankee Kilo Sierra. Hi there, Steve. Good evening, mate.
M0YKS CI3IO. And yeah, I guess I think you said were you using a 7300 there, Simon? Go ahead.
Negative FT1000 MP Mark 5 fields is what I'm on at the minute. Over.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, getting you confused with the previous station that I was chatting to. Yeah, our new bands. If you have a receiver that that covers the lower VHF range. We have a beacon on the Dublin Mountains, transmitting 40.013 for 8 meter propagation, and for 5 meter propagation we have another beacon in the same place on 60.013. One or two countries have got 40 megs. I mean, I think there's a UK beacon.
Interesting stuff. Didn't even know we were licensed to go on there. Well, obviously Ireland are.
S5 have access to the band to 8 meters, as does South Africa, and there's some guys in the Baltic states. I forget which one now, but I think there's been some QSOs with M0YKS station who got a special permit. So,
sounds interesting.
So that's been causing a bit of excitement anyway around. Our 40 meg slot also overlaps an Italian CB type arrangement at 43 megs. So
yeah, good evening to Barking Beadle Observatory. Good evening. NW2 Whiskey Fox Kilo.
Shall we say?
Well, there's not wrong with sea beers.
Anyway, that's the story on that. I have to agree with you about eyesight. I even with a magnifying glass, I've decided that you need at least 4 hands to do some of this work, and the problems of just close work, even if you're using magnifying glass, I don't think it's worth it anymore. And like you, I think I tend to try and buy made-up leads and things like that these days.
I'm not too bad with the leads. It's just the small components I don't fancy making a problem with.
Where Big Franklin's probably trying to sleep by now, so I think I'm going to call it a night, and we'll stay 73s, keep safe there, and hope for another QSO.
I'll catch you later, 2E0WLQ. Have a good day at work.
From Ireland.
Thanks for watching. Take care. Be safe.
Echo India 3, India Oscar signing, and
look forward to seeing you new radio. QSL Dave, Echo India 3 Oscar, and this is Mike 0 Yankee Kilo Sierra coming back for a final. I'll let you get some Zs and keep the YL happy, the XYL, and make sure that you stay safe and healthy yourself there. But yeah, all received on everything you said. Well, yeah, I first noticed the problem. I actually teach at college. I teach welding and fabrication. I've worked there for 28 years, and I first noticed a couple of years ago when I was doing a bit of TIG welding. It was getting increasingly more difficult, with it being a very small molten puddle that you've got to push around with a torch and a tungsten. And I couldn't get my head around it, why it was getting more trickier. Yeah, because I'd recently had an eye test, and I passed that one. But I did actually get what we call arc eye off a student, which is when you get a stray arc, and it did actually hurt one of my eyes. So possibly that was the start of it. But anyway, I went to the local Specsavers. Obviously had a quick test, and realised I was slightly impaired there. Nothing serious, just fatigue welding and electronics. I don't need it for reading or driving or anything like that, but if I do undertake any precision work, that's when I need to put the glasses on. So I've not been wearing them much lately, but if I'm doing anything like soldering, I'll put them straight on. And the improvement was amazing, because I noticed when I was putting the front panel in the FT100, it were all around the same kind of time, and that's exactly when I did notice. The welding I didn't click because I've been doing it all my life, so I could kind of do it with my eyes shut if you want. But the soldering seemed really difficult, and the missus used to wear glasses, and she didn't wear them anymore. Her eyes have got better, And as she had a spare pair kicking about, I put them on and I could see the board and the components, and I thought, all right. So yeah, that's how it all came about. I've just remembered now. But yeah, good stuff. You take care. Thanks for calling in, and we'll look forward to working you again. And I'll have a listen to them frequencies, and it'll be interesting. So something I've learnt there. So I didn't realise about these new BAMs that you can operate on, and I'll check out and see whether I'm getting any reception. So have a good night and a great week ahead. Echo India 3 India Oscar, Mike 0 Yankee Kilo Sierra. Best wishes, stay safe and healthy.
Yeah, okay, and send threes again to you there, Simon. And you take care and keep the glasses where you can get them. 73
That's the one.
and see you again. Echo India 3
They're on the floor, got them here.
M0YKS and QRT 73.
Yeah, thank you very much. 73.
How you doing, Simon?
I'm doing fine, who's that? Yeah, Roger, I'll just have to get that call in again because my log went funny. Golf 0 Mike Queen Fox, is that correct, Steve? Perfect. Nice. Excellent.
26 years ago. It's a complete rust bucket, but I've driven it all around Europe with some radio gear in it as well. It's a right old rust bucket, but yeah, I like to keep it all up and running. How you doing anyway? Just look at your YouTube channels and all your kit there. I'm looking at your live stream at the moment. Just done a video of you as well on the reception.
Great stuff. I look forward to seeing that.
On my YouTube channel, maybe once I don't know.
Yeah, QSL Steve, well, I'm getting you great, and thanks very much indeed for calling in, and obviously all the information you give us there. And yeah, you're coming through very nicely indeed. You're up to, when I turn the attenuation down, you're up to the 20 over, and the audio's sounding good. So great copy from down in London, and I hope everything's okay down there, and you're keeping safe and healthy. We just had a little bit of a clamp down this side in the city, so we're not allowed to visit and mingle and stuff. We are allowed to go to the pub though, so that they don't make much sense. We can't go into the garden and see his friends, but we can go to the pub and see people we don't know. So yep, I'll work that one out later. But in the meantime, yeah, you're a good copy, and we're loving every minute of this live streaming business. It's great to be able to meet guys like yourself and get on and obviously work here, because it's a good opportunity to catch each other and stuff. But I'll check out your channel. If you put a link in the chat or comment or whatever, I'll subscribe and have a look and see what you're up to there. But yeah, all received on the welding and then on the oxyacetylene. I've done a fair bit of oxyacetylene welding myself and brazing and so forth back in the kind of older days. I still do a bit occasionally, and a little bit of silver soldering, which not many people do anymore. Not many people do brazing anymore, but occasionally it has its strong points, we'll say, and it's more advantageous to use. But most of the stuff like that, I usually do the TIG welding, and you won't believe it, Steve. In all the years I've been doing it, I never ever got a welder's flash or arc eye, and it was just it was a young lady actually, believe it or not. She was very little, only about 5'2", and she was a great welder and engineer. She was on an engineering course, a school girl of about, well, I taught her from the age of 14 up to 16, so I had her for 3 years, and she was the top of the class. So by no means am I saying out negative, because she won the Student of the Year award, but she managed to give me arc eye with her being a little bit shorter than everybody else. the welding curtain just didn't quite do it with the way that she stood, with her being not quite as tall as the usual kind of average welders will say. So yeah, that's what happened. I walked past the bay and the right hand eye just copped for a quick flash, and when I got home it was like someone had thrown a lot of sand in it. But that was a couple of years ago now, and it only lasts for 24 to 48 hours. But I did notice from there onwards, that's when I noticed that the eyesight wasn't as good. So it probably does do a bit of damage, which might not be repairable, even though people think that they've got away with it. But other than that, can't complain. I've been doing it for a while, and the welding arc is probably just one of the small hazards compared to the fumes and the rest of it that you get there. But it's all part of the fun. But yeah, I received on the camper as well. Obviously that sounds cool. That'll be worth a few quid, especially if it's a classic like that. And I can imagine all the work you've put into it, getting it on the road and keeping it going. I've had a few DX machines, as it were, and I've had to do a few welds over the years to keep them going. The trouble with the Ford Transits that I drive, you can actually hear them rusting when they're parked up. They've got a pretty short lifespan when it comes to corrosion. Fantastic engine, it's great to drive, really good vehicle, but poor paint and body panels really. They're just prone to rusting. The one I've got at the minute's not doing too bad, but the previous one, I spent more time welding it than I did driving it. But yeah, good stuff. M0YKS, nice copy 5x9 plus from Mike 0 Yankee Kilo Sierra.
Yeah, Mike 0 Yankee Kilo Sierra.
Evening to you, Robbie. Well done on Cuba. On 40. Sounds like a nice piece of kit. Yeah, I'm just looking at his motorbikes. Yeah, motorcycle mobile, sounds good. May the force be with you, Pat. Yeah, Roger, funnily enough, as you mentioned the motorcycles, I kind of knew you were going to say that, because I was just scrolling down your page and I just saw yours. So I thought I was just about to come back with the same comment, and you said it exactly the same time as I was thinking it. So there you go. Yeah, that's why we've got a lot in common there. Obviously, yeah, there's quite a few guys with motorcycles on 80 metres, it turns out, and well, in ham radio in general. So excellent stuff, Stephen, or Steve, shall I say. But yeah, nice looking bike, and I like the idea of the motorcycle mobile, and looking like you've got it almost set up looking at that picture there. So I don't think you'll have too much to worry about, and I heard you say you've got the Bluetooth headset, so that's good. I just bought myself a new helmet with the accommodation in the helmet to take that kind of stuff, like, because I've not got any of that yet, but I possibly might look into it, because it's all getting nice and cheap these days, all that kind of stuff, compared to when they first brought it all out. But yeah, there's someone asking, Steve's on the side on the stream and he wants to know your call, so I'll say it now. It's Golf Zero Mike Queen Fox in London, and Mike Zero Yankee Kilo Sierra in Baildon near Bradford. And yeah, good signal coming through nicely, and the audio's nice and strong. And yeah, nice pictures and everything on qrz.com. And I can't wait to see if we can get you on the stroke mobile stroke motorcycle. I did plan on doing it myself, but I haven't got right with it yet. I've got an XT600E, which is similar shape to that bike I can see on yours. I'm not sure if that's a BMW you've got there, possibly. Can't tell on that picture, maybe not. But looking at the engine casings, it possibly could be. I don't know. You can fill me in on it. Yeah, it is a BMW 1200. So yeah, I've got the XT600E, an old one like, and that would get me quite a few decent places if I got a decent tyre on it. It's got a bit of a poor tyre, but I obviously ride the Suzuki on the road, which I probably won't bother consider going mobile on that. It's bad enough holding on for dear life, as it were. But yeah, good stuff. I've got a couple of old classic KZs, which I've had for 20 years, 30 years. And one of them's an import from stateside. That's a custom one, and then the other one used to be a GPZ, but I kind of chopped it to pieces and made it look like a KZ 900, sort of. Well, in my head it did anyway. So there you go. But yeah, I'm still messing around with that one, and it'll probably keep me going forever, that. But a few engines lying around for them and various bits and pieces. And when I get a chance, I'm in the shed farting around, tinkering, as it were. But I've not done it much lately because I've not really been obviously getting out much, so just really played around with the Suzuki, which I just got some new polish for it actually, and it looks really nice. I spent an afternoon polishing it up after I went for a ride on it the other day. So that's the situation. I'm sure you know what that's all about, seeing as we're all into polishing bikes, usually anyway. So back to you, G0MQF from M0YKS. Sound like a proper biker. Get a noise creeping in. What we're gonna do? What? Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, policeman on the other video. I thought he might arrest me. I look a bit dodgy. Yeah, Steve. Yeah, well, I'm a bit of a dodgy looking character, so I thought I'd better not push my luck too much. Hi. G0MQF M0YKS. Yeah, well, funny. I actually missed announcing that the station on the radio we're receiving was. Yeah, I knew the chap actually. He's from our area, and he was in Thailand. But the policeman turned up at the same time as he was coming through, and kind of threw me out a little bit because being a Bradford lad. Obviously, anytime I see a policeman, I'm ready for running high. But yeah, I'm only kidding. I'm only joking. But yeah, it was a nice looking van. I wouldn't mind doing a swap it was obviously a new transit, and I thought that if all I had to do really was put the 857 in, put the antennas in, and we'd have been up and running. We'd have had the seats in the back and everything. So yeah, but I don't think he'd have been up for it. But funnily enough, he was a very nice guy, and he gave the missus a smile, and he could obviously hear what was going on because I had the windows down and the volume was pretty loud, and probably used to it, I would have thought, in that particular location. I should imagine quite a few radio amateurs and CB operators and people who like radio all parked there. So it won't have been anything I've seen before, but it kind of caught me by surprise there, and maybe go quiet a split second, if you can believe that one. But yeah, thanks very much indeed for calling in. Lovely to work you for the very first time, and hopefully the first of many. And thanks for watching the videos and all the rest of it there. I'll check out your channel anyway later on, and we'll subscribe on that. G0MQF in London, this is M0YKS. It's been a real pleasure. Back to you for a quick final. I certainly will. Yeah, thanks, Steve. I've really enjoyed the Q store. Thanks very much for everything you said. I really appreciate it, and likewise to yourself. And I hope we meet soon. And yeah, well, I sometimes think, should I carry on doing this video stuff? I must be getting sick of it. But then I get a lot of people saying they love it, so I'll just carry on doing it anyway. It keeps me sane, keeps me out of trouble. And when you're a dad and with a young family, and you're in a lot, it's a good way to stay home and not go out, and obviously everybody's happy. So it just gives me a bit of a hobby as well as playing radio. So it's kind of a bit crazy, but it's good fun. So thanks very much for that, and we'll look forward to catching you soon. And maybe one of these days we might even bump into you in your camper van or on your 1200 touring. Take care, ride safe and stay safe. G0MQF M0YKS, best 73. Yeah. Yeah, thanks very much. Yeah, I'm keeping out of everybody's way. I'm pretty good at being antisocial, apart from when I'm on this thing. Catch you later, mate. Take care. So, he was a good copy, wasn't he? A fellow biker. Oh, great guy. See if anybody else is there. Anybody else by the frequency? This is Mike 0 Yankee Kilo Sierra listening by. Might be it for tonight. Mike 0 Yankee Kilo Sierra M0YKS Baildon near Bradford listening by for any calls. So, gone quiet a little bit, guys. Everybody's got to go back to work. It's getting quite late. That's why I was thinking possibly doing this a little bit earlier, maybe next time. Probably half an hour earlier, or an hour earlier maybe, and then give a few guys a chance to call in. Obviously you guys that were in South America, North America, Canada, Europe, well, Europe will be asleep, but you guys in South and North America and Central America, it's early hours for you, so you've got all afternoon to enjoy yourselves. This is Mike 0 Yankee Kilo Sierra M0YKS listening by for any calls. Okay, thanks very much. Nothing heard, so I'm going to QRT the frequency and say thanks very much for all callers and any shortwave listeners. Mike 0 Yankee Kilo Sierra, now QSY. The frequency is clear. So, that was good. I might have a quick look and see if there's any birds coming through before we call it a draw. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, in 7 minutes. So we've got Alpha Oscar 91 coming up with a 21 degrees elevation. So yeah, nice to get you in there. Oh, is that you, Sid man? Ah, I've worked it out. Fair enough. Great stuff. So I've seen the name pop up but obviously didn't know the call sign. So yeah, good stuff, and very nice QSO indeed. And if you hear me again, give us a shout. I appreciate it coming back. So that's 80 meters. Reasonable, good for 100 watts and a homemade fan dipole with a bit of electrical cable. I've got someone who's doing a bit of whistling. So I'll quick listen up on 20 meters, but I'm going to put my radio set up for the satellite. So a quick check on here.
Sugar 51 Delta X-ray, N2QB clear, bye-bye.
So that was N2QV or QB. Strong signal. Talking to I think it was Slavko. Can't hear him, but we're hearing the stateside.
I do some, no, I'm not much of a contester, but I enter some contests. I entered the contest last week, but we do. I have a good friend of mine, November 5 Delta X-ray. He's is one of the world's, certainly America's top contesters, and he's used the station many times to come.
Oh, a nice signal from across the pond.
And CW and it's all many. Yeah, he's been working in the station since 2016. Has won the title many times. So we enjoy that, but it's both the contest station and the DX station. So we all enjoy it. It's just three people, myself, my friend N5DX, and my friend with Uniform 2 X-ray. The three of us are really put some time and effort into the station there, Yanis. Sugar 51 Delta X-ray N2QV.
So it's talking to Yanis. Very nice signal from N2QV. So a very low noise level again, 0 noise tonight on 20. So we've got some signals coming in. Not loads, but one or two. Last night I heard California, and it was late on about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning this side. And I was beaming 295 degrees, a little bit further north than usual. And I could hear a Californian station, so I was thinking maybe I could work Oregon, because I wanted to get W1DUK. So basically, I had a quick listen, and the signal was about a 5 and 1. It was coming through crystal clear. So I gave him a shout, and he didn't hear me, but he had another guy near him, and he did hear me. But he said my voice was very quiet, and then the first guy said it, yeah, he heard a quiet voice. So we made it, but not good enough for a QSO. But I know I can hit East Coast states, no problem. It's the West Coast we're trying to get now, a little bit more. Worked on obviously previously, but conditions have been down for the past 12 months, I'd say. Hopefully start to get on the upturn. So 3 minutes left to go for Alpha Oscar 91. I'm just going to position the antenna. So this pass is going to start at 22 degrees. It's going to peak at 79 degrees. That's the central highest point where it will be at 21 degrees elevation. Something like that. So it'll come in at 22, which is obviously just after north. And it's going to come down the east of the UK, over Europe. And I will lose the pass at 153 degrees. So it's just coming at range now. It's minus 8 degrees below the elevation, below the horizon at the moment. So I won't receive a signal until it comes up above the horizon. And yeah, I just thought I'd try a bit of satellite with you guys live so I can explain what I'm doing. I'm not taking it too serious, so if you don't work it, you won't be too upset. Let's have a look, 22 degrees, so I'll bring the antenna down, And so that's what we do. So I generally start off pointing the bird at the antenna at the bird where it's coming in, which is 22 degrees on this one. And then I generally stick the elevation up a little bit. And like I said earlier, I've sent off for an automatic interface, so I'll be able to control it from the PC. It'll change the azimuth and elevation for me, and that was courtesy of a amateur station. I think a Chinese station contacted me via the YouTube, left a comment saying and a link telling me to look at this interface. So I had a look at it. It was pretty good actually. So thanks for that. And I've decided to order it, and when it arrives, I'll be playing around setting that up. So here we go. It's now at 17 degrees on azimuth, so coming in at 17. It's -4 degrees above below the ground, and the frequency, the downlink is 145962 and the uplink is 435241 at the moment. Obviously that's going to be changing, like I mentioned earlier, because of the speed of the satellite approaching. So it's just like a train. When you hear the train make that noise, that's what Doppler shift is, for those who are getting into it. Those who know all about it, well, I'm just going to repeat it over and over again for the guys who are new. So satellite is a great thing. You can work QRP. I'm going to get my Arrow Mark II antenna and handhelds out maybe this week, and then possibly do some live stuff on that, or video at least. The only downside, of course, is it's FM and a bit noisy. So yeah, hello to Zed, listening and working. KC9KUH, don't work too hard, my friend. Thanks for coming in. So here we go. See if we can get the bird. So I'll just go concentration head for a second. So we're on 9682, 96.8, down and up. Bring it down a bit to 41. Now this time I'm going to try the tracking button. So I'll check it, set that up to the correct frequency. I'll press that button there, and that automatically will change the uplink and the downlink accordingly as I do it. I'll do it both together so it's synchronized. Yeah, you can do it on your handheld, Steve. I use a couple of handhelds. That's what I'm going to be using, handhelds with the Arrow antenna. I'll show you a video this week. But if you check out the satellite operations video on my YouTube channel, there's a number of videos there, and you'll see me as a youth doing it. Anyway, I think we can hear something. So it's now at 3 degrees above the horizon, 25 degrees azimuth. And I've set the frequency now so that when I change that rotate that VFO, the uplink will automatically change with it. So it's called tracking. So it synchronizes both VFOs, which I don't normally do. I normally struggle, but I just thought I'd try it the professional way tonight. And once I get that interface, well, who knows, I'll be a real pro. So I had a bit of noise reduction on there. It does make a difference. The radio, the F847's got some pretty good digital filters. No, he's asking me about the video. No, different videos, mate. That's on HF, the ones that work. You have to read the comments, guys, if you don't know what I'm talking about on the live stream. He's asking me for the video. Here we go. Mexico 0, Yankee Kilo Sierra, CQ satellite. Mike 0, Yankee Kilo Sierra, M0YKS, CQ sat. Mexico 0, Yankee Kilo Sierra, M0YKS, CQ satellite. Mexico 0, Yankee Kilo Sierra. Mike 0, Yankee Kilo Sierra, CQ satellite. Mike 0, Yankee Kilo Sierra, CQ satellite. Golf United station, go again please. That's Jersey, or Guernsey. Golf United question mark Fox Bravo. I've got you in there. It's Mike 0, Yankee Kilo Sierra, 5 and 5, 55, Italy Oscar, 9-3, Charlie uniform. Not sure if it'll work me there. Don't think so. Mike 0, Yankee Kilo Sierra. Keep losing it, I'm afraid. Yeah, thanks for the report. Thanks for the 5 and 9. You're 5 and 9 in India Oscar 9-3 Charlie uniform. Mike 0, Yankee Kilo Sierra. So Golf United 6 Echo Fox Bravo from Guernsey on VHF FM satellite. Now what's probably happening is the satellite's probably rolling, and that's why the signal's fading and coming back. As it spins, you lose the signal. I'm still getting in there. So, pretty good reception. It's rolling. It's going to come back. There we go. Yep, so very good reception. Mexico 0, Yankee Kilo Sierra, Italy Oscar 9-3, CQ sat. Mexico 0, Yankee Kilo Sierra. Mexico 0. So only one person can really use it. I've already worked him, so there's nobody else on it. But as you can see, coming through pretty easy and not too bad reception. I tend to use the FM discriminator, which is a little dot moving about on the S meter. Yeah, I must admit, David, the FD847 is a very nice radio. So we're still getting the bird. It's only at 19 degrees elevation, so not very high. So if you set your antenna to 30 degrees, if you've not got an azimuth elevation rotator, if you've just got a normal rotator, set your antenna at 30 degrees fixed and you'll work a bird. So slightly descending now. I'm still in there, but he's on there, so I'll let him play. Unless I hear another station. Mexico 0. There's someone else in there. I didn't make it in there, guys, not them. So, it's coming to the edge of the footprint, the circle around the satellite on the software is called the footprint, which I mentioned previously, if you've watched any of them videos. And I'm just about on the outskirts of that now, it's just coming to the edge, but we're still receiving it. So yeah, I know Robbie's interested in getting into satellites, and you can see Robbie, it's not too difficult manually controlling it. Obviously it will be easier with a hardwired interface. So that's Alpha Oscar 91 coming through good for quite a reasonable path. To say that it were only a 20 degrees maximum elevation, the pass has lasted quite a long time. Sometimes they don't last that long. That were a pretty good one. But the next path will be directly overhead when it comes over in about an hour and a half, which I'll be in bed by then. But obviously if anyone's up, you'll get a really good path in the UK on the next one. And then the stateside guys, obviously it'll be over you further on as it moves across on the elliptic orbit. Elliptical orbit even. Do I have any videos showing my complete setup for the 847? No, but I can do. I will do a video. I mean, I don't really have much of a setup, to be truthful, David. It's the FD847 plugged straight into a couple of Yagis. One of them is it's a cross Yagi. That's a 435 to 437 Oscar satellite Yagi, and it was originally a 30 element Oscar satellite beam. It comes in two pieces, but it'd be too big for my QTH, and I just put half of it up. So it's about 15 elements cross Yagi for 437, 435 to 437. You can use it on 77s. That's on a boom, which if you look at some of my my antenna maintenance, satellite antenna maintenance video, you'll see it. And then the other side of the boom is the 5 element 145 Yagi, which is just a straight horizontal typical Yagi for 145 megs. So nothing spectacular. I'm not using a preamp or a masthead preamp. I've got no preamp whatsoever. I'm just using a straightforward FD847 with its own built-in receiver. And do I have a problem with it? Do I do polarized switching? No, I don't. The 435 to 437 is a circular polarized transmission, with it being an X-beam or a cross Yagi. I call it an X-beam, but it's actually a cross Yagi. So it's a circular polarized signal, and then obviously the 145 is your typical horizontal one. But the way I see it is, you saw the satellite fade and come back there because the satellite itself is turning whilst it's spinning. Not all of them do, but some of them have a slow turn. And that way, if you started counting, you would have been able to work out when that signal was going to come up. It would have probably taken, I don't know, 5 seconds for a turn. So if you start a countdown, you know in 5 seconds time you're going to get an extremely strong signal for a period of time as it drops off. So the polarization of the antennas, in my opinion, isn't a massive concern due to the fact that a satellite's rolling and stuff like that. So when you're pointing up into the sky, horizontal or vertical or whatever polarization you're giving ain't gonna have a massive impact. I think the circular polarization from the cross Yagis is probably your best advantage for reception purposes. So I'm receiving on this particular one on 145 megahertz. So I'm using a horizontal receive but pointing upwards, and I'm transmitting circular polarization. So that's just the way it is. But I have got the Arrow Mark II antenna, which is I think it's 5 elements for 435 to 437. They're vertically polarized, and it's something like 3 elements for 145, and that's just a typical Yagi. One's vertical, one's horizontal. They're both built on the same boom, and with 5 watts I can work the satellite just as good. So, you know, don't go to too much expense. Make your own antenna. I've got the homemade IO antenna, which if you look that up, the IO, I then changed it and I put a 10 element Yagi on top of the IO 145 antenna. I fixed that up to 30 degrees elevation because I didn't have a rotator for that particular one. So it's stuck at 30, it spins round like that, and I've worked all the birds on that one. So that's on a wooden boom, homemade. So I think you saw that possibly on oh no, you might not have seen that, but you've seen it on an old video. If you look on the satellite operations playlist on my channel, you will find all these antennas which I'm mentioning. So it's 1:27 into the video, coming up to 1.5 hours of me jibber jabbering as usual. I'll just have a quick look, see if we've got any questions to answer. And yeah, what sat was it? That was Alpha Oscar 91, that one, Pat. So yeah, you've got a high gain sat pack with a high end LMR coax about 50 feet. I know it's faded away, what's that? Too much RF in this area for satellites, although you haven't set your station back up in a while. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, well maybe you should just try a little bit of an experiment with a handheld outside in the garden. Plug your radio, especially on 145 megs, and just point a bit of an antenna into the sky. I mean, you can do it off an handheld, normal vertical, and receive if you get the right angle. I've received the space station many times from the vehicle with the antenna fixed on the roof, and you can get satellites. Another way to check your equipment is check out the NOAA weather satellites, which operate on 137 megahertz. They're transmitting a very strong carrier, 137620, 1379125, I believe. If you check out NOAA weather satellites, they'll give you a frequency list of the active ones on the 137 band. There were a lot more back in the day, but a few of them are no longer functioning. They operate on a higher band as well, you see. So check them out, and you can check your reception of your equipment and see how they receive. And obviously ISS is always a good signal. So them 2 satellites there were the FM ones. We worked one on the beginning of the stream. That was Alpha Oscar 92, and just worked Alpha Oscar 91 at the end of this stream, and a couple of 80 meter contacts in between. So I'm going to call it a day. I hope you've all had a reasonable bit of a laugh and enjoyed the calling in, and I've enjoyed it. It's a bit more informal, this live stuff, just kind of chat rubbish and have a bit of fun, but play radio at the same time. So who knows what will be happening next week. Maybe we'll go on 20 meters next week, and maybe I'll have a bit of power on. But I thought I'd try 100 watts tonight, because it's nice to know that obviously you don't need the power, because a lot of you guys don't have it. So I'm going to try operating without the amp a bit, and just prove to you that you can get out. So Yeah, you're working the FM sats no problem with a portable azimuth elevation running that Arduino software. I've heard of that. Sounds interesting. I'm gonna have to get into some of the software myself, to be honest, Dave, because I've just ordered this interface which I mentioned at the beginning of the video stream, and that's going to be fully programmable by the satellite tracking software. So I'll have to have a quick look and suss out how to do it. Got a couple of options. I can use Orbitron, which is a program which I've been running for years. That's a free software. Or I can use SAT PC32, which someone's recommended, and that's what AMSAT use. I'll probably end up going down that route. I do believe you've got to pay a slight subscription for the code, which I don't mind. If it's good bit of software, I'll do that. Support AMSAT. So that's probably where I'll probably go. But you can download it for free and try it. But I'm waiting for the interface to arrive so that I can do it all at the same time. I've often found when you download stuff in advance, before you've got the kit plugged in, it doesn't always go according to plan when you start doing stuff. So you're better off doing it when you've got everything there. So maybe I'll have it for next week, up and running. I'm not sure if it'll be here by then, but as soon as I get this little interface, which is going to plug into this rotator system from the computer, I'll be getting my head around a bit of the software to operate it. I don't think it'll be too difficult. That sounds like another bird coming in. It could be PO101. Probably is. And I've not even got the antenna set in the correct direction, but it's roughly in the right area for PO101. There's quite a lot of satellites that are active. I have actually been off the birds for quite a while because the antenna was damaged. Well, it wasn't damaged, but the coaxial feed needed a couple of cable ties on, and I needed to get up the ladders up high to get it sorted. So I've not been as active on the birds for quite a few months, but now I've repaired it all. Obviously, I'm back into it. So thanks for joining the feed, and KK4 MMD. Appreciate the questions. I enjoy trying to help and obviously chatting to people like-minded who probably know more than me. So it's great to get feedback from both directions. I'm always learning new stuff. Learned about a few new bands tonight operating, and where I can find a beacon in Ireland. And last time I made a video, a gentleman sent me a link and learned about getting this interface. So I do appreciate all the comments and all the support. So thanks for what. Like, subscribe, all that kind of business. I'm not that partial, you know me. I just like doing it for fun. But obviously, tell your friends if you think that it's something that they might like. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, have a wonderful week, and I'll probably be back sometime in the week with a video, possibly another live streaming session. But if I don't do a live streaming session, I'll definitely be back next Sunday night. But I will be coming back a bit earlier, probably an hour earlier. Take care. This is M0YKS in Baildon, on the foot of the Pennine Mountain Range, north of Bradford, in West Yorkshire, United Kingdom. Wishing everybody a great evening, a great day, and a great week. Catch you later. 73. Thanks.